Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Singleton, and I would like to share with you a little something I discovered years ago, back in 1994, about the headdresses of the Egyptian gods and goddesses. And some of you may be traveling to Egypt sometime soon. This will be something you'll want to take note of. So back in the 90s, I was having insights come to me about Egypt. And one of the first things that came to me was information about the solar disk in the headdresses of the gods. Now, every god and goddess has different sizes of solar disk, and they may be positioned a little bit higher than the next, let's say, above their head. So it started out for me, working with a friend, that I would simply put my hands together to represent the placement of a solar disk in the headdress, and I would project this energy to her, and she would tell me where she felt it and what it was doing energetically. So whether it was working on, aligning her spine or relaxing muscles. And so then as we played this with a little more, and we go up and we put the solar disk up here, then it's felt differently. Different part of the body, sometimes right up at the top of the head where my hands are. And then we go on up here. There are a couple of the gods and goddesses that have 2 and 3 solar disks above their head, stacked on top of each other, so to speak. Each one, its size that is, represents the frequencies of energy that they worked with. Now, as you see behind me here, we have Horus and we have Isis. And the Isis statue, the solar disk, is a little smaller in proportion to her than the larger solar disk of Horus. Horus had the largest, most commanding solar disk behind his head. I mean, huge. Now, even as I do this, some of you will feel this energy being projected at you as I just kind of take on that energy and send it out. So for any of you travelers, here is something to be aware of. Where you stand in front of a statue in Egypt that has a solar disk, so let's say you're in the museum, and you're standing 4 foot or 6 foot or 8 foot out in front of a statue, that will change the frequency from the statue's solar disk to your body. For those of you that are sensitive, you can kind of slowly walk up to one of these statues and know exactly where to stand to get the most from that statue, from that solar disk. And especially some of the activated statues. So activated statues, meaning there has been a life force put in the statue. And some people will see the statue move its eyes, its eyelids. Eyes may open and close. The nostrils may flare, as with the statue of Sekhmet. And bringing this to your attention so that you can get the most from your trip, the most from the museum, the statues. And it's all right here, because these little statues work the same way because they have been activated. So for being out about 4 foot in front of the Horus statue, I can actually feel the energy coming into my body. About 3 foot for the Isis statue. And every statue has this potential, but especially once they've been activated. So that's my little tip to share with you. Find yourself an activated statue in the museum or anywhere in Egypt as far as that goes. Find the distance to stand in front of it so it acts like a magnifying glass, that it's literally coming from the disc and coming down and hitting you right there in the chest. You can get the biggest downloads of energy and information. Bring that back to share with the rest of us. Hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. Hope to see you in Egypt. We are leading another trip to Egypt this December. See the website, join us, and let's have some fun in Egypt. Thank you.